Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another update of the wrestling world. Yes, Dave Easton here. Welcome once again. We are now, as you can see, on the first week of October. We've moved forward a couple of weeks since the last update. Let's quickly go through a few things with you. We've just had Fall Brawl. That happened in WCW last night. We'll have a quick look at their results while we do so. Bear with me 2 moments. So this is Fall Brawl. Scott Hall defended the WCW World Heavyweight title, defeating Samoa Joe in a match 92 overall for Fall Brawl in front of 61,000 people at the Raymond James Stadium. Other notable news, only a couple of title changes on this show. The Road Warriors defeated Road Dogg and Farouk to end their long reign as the WCW Tag Team Champions. Also, the other title change which happened on the show was Gail Kim defeating Awesome Kong to win the WCW Women's World title. That went down on this show as well. So a couple of title changes. Also, just to come out of this show as well, AJZ will fight Booker T this week on Thunder after Eric Bischoff gave him the WCW United States title shot against the winner. Booker T defeats Dusty Rhodes. So it'll be Booker T versus AJZ this week on Thunder. Let's have a look at some other things. Let's quickly look at LAW. Some developments there, of course, over the last few weeks. The show results. A new tag team in the women's division, Emma Cupcakes and new signing Melanie Boyle. They have been causing havoc. They defeated Tessa Blanchard and Taylor Wilde this week on LAW. And a new champion in LAW as well. The Mundo defeated Josh Alexander to win the global title. So the Mundo now holds gold once again after defeating Alexander. Alexander's short title reign as the global champion comes to an end. Other results on this show, Kazatandi picked up a win over EC3. His short undefeated run continues after losing in his debut. He's now 3 unbeaten after his win. Other notable results, CM Barnett defeated Daniel Cage and Selena Shaw defeated Sarah Logan. On to Dark quickly. Sami Callihan defeated Moose in the main event. Brent Cole defeated Jerry Foster. Caitlin Owens picking up a win over Taya Valkyrie. Other results you can see on the screen. 1 second defeating Enzo and Cass. So the only title change we have so far is global. The Mundo now becomes champion and he's held it for 6 days. Let's quickly go through the other ones. Kira Hogan has held the Fury title for 121 days. 50 days for Vladimir as the next gen champion. Tag teams is the GWO, who have now gone 50 days for theirs. The women's champion is Kairi Sane, 15 days for her, and the world title is Trey Donovan, 50 days for Trey. Now there is rumors coming out of LAW of a huge announcement coming in the next few weeks. There is a huge announcement you want to stay tuned for. We'll keep you updated when that happens. But yes, there is huge announcement due to be coming from LAW in the next couple of weeks. Quickly going to WWE. They have had what we've had from there. We've had just normal shows, of course. From them, with Raw, ECW main event, and SmackDown. Street Profits, they defeated the Usos, ending their long reign as the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. This past week on SmackDown in front of 11,312 at the XL Center in New England. After defeating them in a non-title match the week before, they've now gone and won the tag team titles. So they now hold the gold on SmackDown. Other results from that show, Umaga defeated John Cena, Tommaso Ciampa defeated Otis, and Raquel Gonzalez defeating Charlotte Flair in a huge match. Build up to the matches, of course. John Cena, shock defeat, of course, to Umaga. He will be facing Batista at the next pay-per-view, of course. And so not looking good. John Cena needing to get back to winning ways very shortly with a loss after the loss there. quickly go through to Raw this past week. The Rock defeated Sheamus, but was blindsided by Logan Paul and Austin Theory. Of course, The Rock having problems with both them men over the last few weeks. Blindsided until Steve Austin made the save and stood tall. It looks like we're heading towards a tag team match at the next pay-per-view between The Rock and Steve Austin against Logan Paul and Austin Theory. Other results on here, of course, Sami Zayn, who's going against Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship. No, sorry, the US Championship. I do apologize. Him and Kevin Owens defeated by Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio. A huge win for Chelsea Green, defeating Rhea Ripley to become the Women's Intercontinental Champion. That was a huge shock, but of course Chelsea Green had defeated Rhea Ripley in a non-title match. Nobody expected her to win the gold. Goes ahead and defeats Ripley for the gold this past week on Raw. And The Miz defeating Gable Stevenson on Stevenson's return to Raw this past week as well. AJ Styles also waiting to get his shot at Bobby Lashley for the Universal Championship. We've talked a bit about WCW. Let's quickly talk about AEW and their goings on, of course, over the last few weeks. We had All Out. A lot of things going down at All Out. John Moxley defeated Cody Rhodes to retain the world title. Really not many title changes. Chris Jericho, Jake Hager defeated Okada and Omega to win the World Tag Team titles. And Bret Hart, Owen Hart, and Adam Page defeated the Real Era, Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Roderick Strong to win the Trios title. MJF defeated CM Punk in a huge non-title match, along with Daniel Bryan defeating Sammy Guevara in their grudge match as well. This past week, of course, we've had 3 TV shows since All Out. Bryan defeated a debuting Edge and MJF to become the #1 contender. So the Blackpool Combat Club now will be facing each other. It'll be Moxley versus Bryan. That's coming up very shortly. That'll be very interesting to see how that goes down. Ethan Page defeated Kushida. Tony Nese found out on This Week on Collision that he will be facing Wardlow for the international title after a debut in Dolph Ziggler. Wardlow defeated a debut in Dolph Ziggler and Wheeler Yuta to become the #1 contender. A lot of debuts are happening. Ziggler, Edge, more to come in the next few weeks. Tony Khan has said that he is looked very happy about his roster going forward, but a big win for Wardlow going forward. Other results you can see there: Kyle O'Reilly defeating Kenny Omega. That was a bit of an upset, but a big win for O'Reilly there. And we'll see how that goes. And of course, Sammy Guevara bouncing back from that Daniel Bryan defeat at All Out by defeating Bandido this week on Collision. Quick look at the title holders for AEW. Cruiserweight Andretti has held it for 81 days. International Tony Nese has had it going for 47. TNT Brody Lee 57 days. Trio titles 8 days, of course, for the new champs. World title Moxley 57 days, and the World Tag Team Champions is Jericho and Hager, 8 days for them. Just quickly jumping over to AEW Women. They're going forward here. Let me just quickly go to show results. Now, next week, this coming Monday, in fact, the next show to be recorded is going to be huge because it will be Paige challenging Sasha Banks for the AEW Women's title. A huge match, huge night coming up. Can Paige end the long run of Sasha Banks, or will Banks continue on? We'll find out coming up, well, really tonight in game, as we are on Monday. Big win for Nightingale and Blue. They defeated the women's tag team champions, the Renegade Twins, in a non-title contest. They'll be looking to get their title shot very shortly. Also, the Toni Storm, now #1 contender to the TBS title, currently held by Penelope Ford, after Storm defeated Athena and Io this past week. Title holders, let's quickly have a look through them. TBS Penelope Folder is held it for 28 days. Women's champion Sasha Banks, 203 days. She has held it for longest title reign. She is dominating, but of course, as I said, Paige, this Monday, this coming main event, it should be huge. We'll keep you updated the next time we do an update for everything going on there. The women's tag team titles, Renegades, Twins, of course, they've held it for 58 days, but of course, the Shining Force, Nightingale, Blue, they're coming for them titles as well, so that should be an interesting matchup coming through. Now down to NXT. And of course, we had some big matches up this past week. We had some number one contenders. Of course, the next pay-per-view is a fatal called NXT Fatal 4-Way, where the champion, the two men and the women's champion will be defending the gold in Fatal 4-Way matches. This week, we found out that John Silver will be defending against Carmelo Hayes and the debuting Lexis King. They both won their qualifying matches. It looks like we're going to find out the fourth person, in the matchup this coming week on NXT. Big developments as well as Duke Hudson helped Andre Chase after Chase was defeated by Odyssey Jones. Huge goings on now. It looks like we've got a new tag team building up there. And of course, Tony D'Angelo and Stax Lorenzo will be looking to get their shot at the tag team titles. They beat Kendrick and Morton this past week. On Level Up, quickly going through, Pretty Deadly defeated the Creed brothers. Tiffany Stratton defeated Thea Hale. Other results, Quinn defeated Ledger. And Reggie defeated Bourne and Morton to become the number one contender for the Cruiserweight Championship held by Andrew Everett. That will happen next week, this coming week on Level Up. Quick look through the title holders, their teams. We need to go to title holders. We have NXT. John Silver's held it for 20 days. Of course, he's going to be defending it in that Fatal 4-Way. Everett, 45 days in his second reign. North American is Eddie Thorpe, 27 days for him. Tag team champions, of course, Jensen and Briggs. They've held it for 20 days. Women's, of course, Eva Sparks won the championship back from Soul Rocker. She, of course, will be defending her title in a Fatal 4-Way as well. Paxley and Henley, they are going for 48 days. And the X Division is Damon Kemp, the ever bashful and bragging Damon Kemp, of course, 24 days for him. Just quickly going back to the show history, I do apologize for the women. The Zoe Stark qualified by defeating Cora Jade. So there's two more spots open. We'll find that out this coming week on NXT as Fatal 4-Way comes your way next Sunday night. NXT Fatal 4-Way next Sunday. Don't miss it. Big show coming up for that. And NXT UK, they've got a show coming up this Saturday, Judgment Day, coming up very shortly. Headlined by Tanahashi versus Jarrett. That's a huge match coming up. Other matches coming up on the card as well. Do not miss it, of course. Check the Wikipedia for everything on that, which is going down. Aussie Open versus TMDK. I'm trying to think of the word. Sorry, apologies. That's coming up. That's a huge match coming up for the tag division. Quickly, just having a quick look through the title holders. European, of course, is Will Ospreay. 60 days for him. Tag team Aussie Open, 135 days for Fletcher and Davis. UK Women, Whitney Snow, 30 days. And the United Kingdom champion, of course, Tanahashi, 30 days for him. He'll be facing Ethan Jarrett this week coming up at Judgment Day. Make sure you join us for that as well. Of course, we'll keep you all up to date with all the results coming through. If any title changes happen, make sure you join us here on the Wrestling World Update. Let's have a look at, while we're here, why we've got a bit of time. Let's go back to WWE because we didn't go through the title holders. Nothing's really changed for the title holders apart from the Intercontinental Champion. Batista still your WWE Champion. Universal is Bobby Lashley. Of course, he'll be facing I can't remember who he's going to face now. Who's he facing? He'll snap right back into his AJ Styles. That's who it is. Sorry about that. I completely forgot. ECW, of course. Alex Turner. Tag team is Turo and Wild. TV champion is the British Bulldog. British Bulldog defeated Buddy Murphy to win the championship. Intercontinental champion Walter. Of course, he is facing Cameron Grimes very soon for that. Raw Tag Team Champions Riddle and Orton. They will be facing MMM, Maximum Male Models, very shortly for that. Yeah, they've held the championship for 22 days. Women's Asuka, title SmackDown. We've seen, of course, the Street Profits. Women, Bianca Belair. She's going to be facing Ronda Rousey very shortly. That's going to be a great match. SmackDown, the US title. Finn Balor will be facing Sami Zayn. He's had his problems with Balor's group, of course. They've been getting one up on him. We went through Universal Women's, of course. Chelsea Green just won the championship this past Monday. Women's Tag Team Champions Emma and Shotzi held it for 22 days. Of course, one successful title defense for them. Whew, that is quite a lot to go through. Let's quickly go through a lot of news, a lot of signings, a lot of releases gone through. Grizzled Young Veterans have left NXT. We've seen Ziggler, we've seen Edge join AEW. We've seen Lexis King sign. Jade Cargill has signed for NXT as well. So look out for that. Company Wars, let's have a look at how everybody's doing here. WWE, AEW, LAW, WCW, AEW Women, NXT, NXT UK. DPW is 8th. New Japan 9th. Impact 10th. Big news. Impact changing to TNA. That will go ahead. Well, it's gone ahead. It's just not been updated on this one. The new save will save, say, TNA. New Japan USA 11, Ring of Honor 12, NWA 13, 5-Star Wrestling 14, MLW 15, and GCW 16. Any news quickly? Dolph Ziggler and Kaplan Laws. Okay, an innocent social media post from Dolph Ziggler, who account one of his favorite wrestling matches, has led to an unexpected connection after Kaplan Laws replied. So AEW and LAW sharing one of their own. The two workers have since gone on to develop something of a friendship, sharing more matches and angles that they both enjoy. Well, there you go. That's a bit of a weird one. Never thought I'd see that. Some matches that went down on Sunday night. New champion in NSPW. That is Angelina Love lost the big gold championship to No Way Home intergender match then. So huge thing there. And that's it, I think. New tag team. And injury for Liam Gray. That's it for now. Again, one more thing I did want to look at. I apologise. I knew there was one more thing I needed to look at. And that is... Where are we? Here we are. Amber Black, Blake Cruz, and Zach Osborne all in Melbourne City Wrestling. Recent results. They did win the main event. They did win here. They defeated Marinotti, I think he was hitting Flip. 350 attended. Big things coming out of Melbourne City Wrestling coming soon. Amber Black, though, didn't win the Women's Championship. She was defeated in a triple threat match. More things coming out of Melbourne, hopefully, in the coming weeks. That is it. That's it for this update. Again, if you want to leave any feedback, if you want to see anything more different, if you want something for me to go into more detail, if you want to see anything new, how this is presented, please leave a comment. Always looking for feedback. But that is it. Dave Easton signing out as always. Thanks for watching this update. Remember, big things coming soon from LAW. You just never know what's around the corner. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.